COVID-19 continues to be the #1 cause of death for law enforcement officers. Today, 2 law enforcement officers in our area were laid to rest. CMPD School Resource Officer Julio Herrera Jr. and Iredell County Sheriff Sergeant Gary Mayhorn were remembered as humble men who loved their jobs. WCNC Charlotte's Brandon Goldner live at First Baptist Church in Uptown, where he attended Officer Herrera's funeral earlier this morning.
Fred, all of the speakers at today's funeral, from the family to CMPD's top brass, mentioned about Officer Julio Herrera Jr.'s most distinguishing feature, which is his smile, and they say that this smile defines his legacy. Officer Julio Herrera Jr.'s smile was even able to shatter the norms of a police officer's funeral, which CMPD Senior Chaplain Angela Pleasant says can be a somber event.
He told one of the officers that he wanted his funeral to be one with laughter, because that's what he brought to everyone else's life.
Generously spreading joy after being denied that for the first 7 years of his life. Before he was Officer Herrera, he was Julio from El Salvador, who arrived as a foster child into Jim and Linda Gary's home. Jim's a retired Montgomery County, Maryland police officer, and during the memorial service, he described how Julio was at the time the victim of the worst child abuse case in the county. He praised his son's generous heart, which included bragging for hours about his 2 sons' accomplishments, mentoring his fellow SROs, and loving on the Ardrey Kell High School students he protected, served, and in one case, saved. We first met Officer Herrera back in November 2014 after he successfully performed the Heimlich maneuver on a student choking on a grape.
And a day like that is a great day, and it makes what I do really fulfilling.
A few hours later in Statesville, Iredell County deputies gathered to honor Sergeant Gary Mayhorn, who also died from COVID-19. Like Officer Herrera, Sheriff Darren Campbell says Sergeant Mayhorn always had a smile with words of encouragement. The sheriff says he was a humble and caring officer. And we've now learned today that law enforcement officers around the region will be attending a 3rd officer's funeral. Rowan County Sheriff Master Deputy Billy Marsh died this morning from COVID-19. Live in Uptown, Brandon Goldner, WCNC Charlotte.
Brandon, thank you.